What's up, guys? MBG here. Thank you again for taking time out of your day to watch the video. I really appreciate the support. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. So before we dive into it, do me a big favor. If you do enjoy the video or find it informative, make sure you leave it a like. And if you are new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Now, the first topic talks about Sony officially announcing a state of play that is happening tomorrow. So if we head over to the PlayStation blog, it says State of Play returns this Wednesday. Catch updates for upcoming PS4 and PS5 games on Wednesday, March 9th, starting at 2 p.m. PT. A new State of Play is upon us. Join us this Wednesday, March 9th, for new reveals and eye-catching updates for PS5 and PS4 titles. Note, we won't have any updates on PlayStation VR 2 titles or hardware in this broadcast. The show is clocking in around 20 minutes, give or take, with a special focus on highlighting great games coming from some of our beloved Japanese publishers, though we'll have a few updates from other developers located around the world too. So that's all the information that Sony is giving us about tomorrow's State of Play, and I think they're once again doing a pretty good job setting expectations accordingly. However, that is not stopping anybody from getting their expectations way too high and expecting way too much from a State of Play that will most likely be relatively tame. We have to understand this is a State of Play. It is not a showcase. It is not an event. And you guys know the drill. This happens every time a State of Play comes around. People expect way too much from it, and they're always let down and left feeling disappointed and possibly even frustrated. Sony makes it clear that we're not going to see anything from PSVR 2, which I think is wise of them to do, because if they didn't, people would definitely be expecting that. But I do also want to point out that there is no mention of PlayStation Studios. I know a lot of PlayStation fans are hoping we're going to get an update on something like God of War Ragnarok, or maybe a surprise announcement of a new game from one of Sony's first-party studios. But the fact that we're not hearing anything about PlayStation Studios showing up during the State of Play, that tells me that they are simply not going to be part of this State of Play. So keep your expectations in check. I would honestly recommend having low expectations, because again, if you've tuned into previous State of Plays, you know that this is not going to be anything major. But still, some people are hoping that we might get a little surprise, maybe one or two exciting things, and that's definitely a possibility. We know that we're going to see Ghostwire Tokyo. That is from Tango Gameworks, and that's also releasing at the end of this month. So it wouldn't surprise me if that took up a pretty significant chunk of the State of Play. But, you know, maybe we could see a little something from Square Enix, maybe a little something from Capcom. I've seen some people saying that they think maybe this is where Resident Evil 4 Remake is going to be revealed, and I'm going to tell you right now that while I don't know definitively or for sure, it seems extremely unlikely to me that we will get such a significant announcement like that during a regular 20-minute State of Play. So again, just keep your expectations in check. That doesn't mean we can't look forward to what Sony is potentially going to show during State of Play, but this is certainly not going to be the place for any major significant announcements. And the last thing I want to touch on here before we move on to the next topic is, I'm sure some of you are wondering, well, there's been a lot of rumors and a lot of talks about maybe Sony actually doing a showcase of some kind in March. Now we have the official announcement of a State of Play. Is this all we're going to be getting? The truth is, I don't have an answer for you, but what I would suggest at this point is, knowing that this is a State of Play that's happening tomorrow, I would not expect a showcase of any kind this month. I know that may be disappointing to some people because, again, the rumors were so persistent and it sounded like Sony had so much to show, and they still might, but I just wouldn't encourage that, because the chances of Sony doing both a State of Play and a showcase in the same month, and in March of all months, it just seems highly unlikely to me. So I don't want anybody, again, to get their hopes up just to be let down. So at this point, let me know down in the comments below what you're expecting to see during tomorrow's State of Play, and I will be live reacting to it on the channel here. I will be streaming it. So if you are planning on tuning into the State of Play, feel free to stop by the channel and hang out with me. It should be a good time. It usually is. But we're moving on to the next topic, which is something that I think many of you will find interesting. And I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot of PlayStation fans who are feeling a little bit nervous about this, which I think is completely understandable, we have a report that a God of War TV series is in the works at Amazon. So this is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, where they say a new report by Deadline claims that Amazon's Prime Video team is in talks with Sony Pictures Television and PlayStation Productions to make a God of War live-action television series. The Expanse creators and executive producers Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby, hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, and the Wheel of Time executive producer and showrunner Rafe Judkins, having trouble with these names here, have all been reportedly tasked with the project. Sony Pictures and Amazon Studios have both declined to comment at the moment. The companies will presumably finalize the deal before making an official announcement. Nevertheless, Deadline's reports are hardly ever wrong, so we're pretty sure something's in the works here. Now, this is honestly, from where I'm sitting, not surprising at all. I know that there are going to be a lot of people who are looking at this and they're like, you know what? This is a bad idea. And the truth is, I have no idea if this is a bad idea or not. I feel like it could go horribly wrong, but the reason why I say it doesn't surprise me is if you look at what PlayStation is doing with PlayStation Productions, it's been made pretty clear that any major franchise that PlayStation owns and they feel that they can do something with in TV or with a movie, they're going to pursue it. There's no doubt that some of these attempts will crash and burn, and we're gonna walk away from them just pretending it never happened. And God of War could be that, but at the same time, there's always the chance that it could be very good, or maybe even great, or maybe it'll just be okay. But I don't know exactly how people feel about God of War in particular, but my opinion is I don't really feel that great about it, because I just don't think God of War needs a live adaptation of any kind, whether it be a TV show or a movie. But, you know, if this is what they're pursuing, just like with the Last of Us HBO series, I'm certainly going to be interested to see how it turns out. I mean, I did watch the Uncharted movie, and I thought that that was going to be a complete train wreck, honestly, and it wasn't, which was really nice to see and somewhat of a relief. It wasn't great, but it certainly wasn't a disaster either, so it was okay. And if everything else that Sony is pursuing with TV and movies ends up being just that, just okay, it's not that bad, it's not that great, then I'm fine with that. I just have this fear that, you know, gee, what could go wrong with a live adaptation of God of War? I feel like a lot of things could go wrong, and yeah, so I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit overly pessimistic here, but I want you guys to let me know your thoughts about this down below. I'll certainly be interested to see what you have to say. The next topic in line is another interesting one. It is a rumor, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. There's no telling if there's truth to this, but it does potentially sound like there could be something going on here. So this is reading from PlayStation Universe. It says the next rumored installment in the Sly Cooper franchise will reportedly be unveiled in the second half of 2022, according to tipster account NGT. While this should be taken as a rumor for the time being, it's worth remembering that this Twitter account has a decent track record, and Xbox Era's Nick Baker has also reported that a new Sly Cooper is in development. Furthermore, the second half of the year would put it in line with the 20th anniversary of the franchise. And on top of that, account NGT told us that the next Sly Cooper is not developed by Sucker Punch, which isn't that surprising to me, but it does make you wonder who exactly would be developing it. But on top of all this, the Sly Cooper domain has been updated on the 4th amidst return rumors. So yeah, we have all these things kind of, you know, coming together where we have a few different individuals with some decent track records saying that, hey, Sly Cooper is returning. One of them is saying that Sucker Punch isn't the one developing it, and we also have the domain being updated. So at this point, I want to hear from Sly Cooper fans, how would you feel about a new game for PS5, and how would you feel if it wasn't developed by Sucker Punch? I will definitely be interested to see what you guys have to say. But the final topic I have for you is a quick one. I just want to let every PS5 user know that the latest system update is now available to download, but it doesn't seem to bring anything of significance to the table. It says this system software update improves system performance, and that's pretty much all it says. So I don't really know what to make of that other than, okay, I guess my system will perform better now. But there you go. Just for those who maybe were wondering, that's the latest system update. Obviously, we're going to have to remain a little bit more patient to get that big update with all of those new features. And when we get that, I will be sure to let you guys know. But that does it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Again, if you did, leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.